Hi, it's Robert again. To recap where we left off, we just covered color ratio, and now we'll discuss line height, text alignment, font sizes, and font choice. So, how do you select fonts? Most institutions recommend using sans serif fonts, such as Arial, Helvetica, or Verdana, but you could use many other fonts. I'm including Gotham and Gill Sans in our sample. These are all 74-point bold, but you'll notice their visual height and width vary. The Verdana appears bolder and larger, but they're all 74-point bold. Be mindful when choosing a font. I like to inspect the individual characters, which are called glyphs, and in particular, I examine the numeral 1, the uppercase I, the lowercase l, the lowercase I, and the lowercase j. Check if the number 1 and the lowercase l are distinct or are they similar. When we inspect these fonts together, we notice some differences. The uppercase I and lowercase l of Arial, Helvetica, Gotham, and Gill Sans look the same, while Verdana's glyphs or characters look different. And looking at Gill Sans, the 1, the uppercase I, and the lowercase l all look the same. For that reason, I wouldn't use Gill Sans. Also, inspect other glyphs in the font, including the ampersand or dollar or currency glyphs. Are they too stylized or are they easy to identify? And consider the text in your content. Does your content include symbols used for math equations? You may be limited to more common fonts such as Arial or Helvetica, because not all fonts include math equations symbols or other symbols in their glyphs. In our font sample, Verdana and Gotham do not include all the same glyphs or symbols as the other fonts. And you'll want to choose a font with more than 4 weights plus the italics. Here's why. This sans serif font named Europa has 3 weights: light, thin, and bold, and the italics. The light is too thin, and the bold isn't heavy enough to emphasize the text, so I wouldn't use this font. This sans serif font, Rig Sans, has 8 weights. Now, I wouldn't use all 8 weights. The thin, light, and regular are too light, and the black looks too heavy. I would use the medium, semi-bold, bold, and extra bold. It gives me some flexibility with the weights, and the extra bold is heavy enough to emphasize text without being too thick or illegible. Text alignment is essential too. There is centered, flush left, flush right, and justified. Justified shouldn't be used because it can create what's called rivers, the inconsistent spaces between words, and you'll also have many hyphenated words. Centered is okay for a headline and short subheads, but not large chunks of text. Flush right text isn't easy to read, and I would only relegate it to very limited and specific usages. Flush left is the easiest to read, especially if you have more text than just a headline or subhead. So I tend to always use flush left alignment with occasional centered headlines and subheads. Line height, or leading, is crucial for legibility and accessibility. It refers to the amount of space between vertically adjacent lines of text. Many people with cognitive disabilities, low vision, or dyslexia have trouble tracking lines of text when a block of text is single-spaced. If the spacing is too tight or too loose, your content can be challenging to read. The recommendation from WCAG 2.1 AA is at least 1.5 times the font size. Paragraph spacing should be at least 2 times larger than the line spacing. Providing spacing between 1.5 and 2 allows the viewer to start a new line more easily once they finish the previous line. Creating legible and accessible content doesn't have to be overwhelming if you're aware of color ratio, font choice, font sizes, text alignment, and line height. Learning about accessibility has made me a better designer and communicator. I hope these tips will help you on your accessibility journey and also make you a better designer. Thank you.